This is Lyrical Labyrinths, obviously inside the cottage, because it's hard to tell whether we're going to go outside or not, so there's going to be a lot of spontaneity. One moment it's showery, next moment it's clear blue sky. Obviously I'm here. Claire's on the phone telling people how to watch this. They're asking how to watch. And Marie Delmotte is here, so she'll be sharing some things with you. She went off for a walk and I see she's just come through the door now. So hold on a moment. I'm not even prepared with any poems because I thought Claire would be doing a bit. But say it's still rough, and the first thing, I can't see the screen, so no one's at the screen, so it'd be lovely to know if anybody is watching or whether my head is cut off. So let's see how we are. There we go.
Yeah, I put that on my Facebook that I would be reading poems from my book. And that people, so probably people in India are already sitting behind their computer.
So, what have we got? Well, that's Claire's harp there. That's the... She's got the electric one wrapped up there. And there's the Irish harp there. And let me know if anybody is around. Right, here we go. I better take this to the kitchen since this is where the action is.
Now Anne-Marie will be all ready through.
Don't
There's
you?
no one there at the moment.
Please don't film me while I'm eating.
Oh yes.
Well, I suppose it's so there's not a blank screen, because unfortunately it kind of gets recorded and then posted up later, because I suppose a lot of people think, I won't watch it live, let's watch the video when it's done. That's why I don't use the YouTube usually. But we'll see.
Oh, you're good. I'm going to go change
Right.
out of my cleaning gear. Poor
Well, you look fantastic.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm
You have
covered in
lovely cleaning gear.
Oh, lovely. Now that's your,
So,
that's your,
Thank you.
and I'll give you a spoon and a plate. They're very nice. They're
Wow,
no,
I'm
they're
hosting these videos now. I'm a very strict guy.
right.
Paying all that money for
Hey, let's see what's happening. There's not much happening at the moment.
John, do you think I should wear jeans or my black dress?
Black dress will be good, yeah.
Right, I want to turn silly. And that. Right, it's better. Right, you are. Now I'm just coming in, Anne Marie. You're all on your own.
Oh, goodness. Let's see what any lyrical labyrinths.
the Netherlands, but if I want to have them shipped over to here, they ask €250. That's a lot of money. Yeah. It depends how many books. It's so difficult to. That's Jill. Jill was going to come to my book presentation and she was a no-show. Yeah, she probably forgot about it. Is John streaming now?
Now, why doesn't it look? That's strange why it's not working. But according to this, it is working.
I found them terrific, but and Derek John did too. They were better printed than colour. See how they get on in. Sorry, Jill. How are you? You're very welcome.
Has it already started?
But not really. Now you're the second person to come. See, a lot of people, I think there's so much around.
Really?
It's no whether any you're very welcome.
Hello.
I'm angry. We'll get round to that.
Well, I
I'm
take
so
your
sorry. Sure.
Yeah, are you just a bit?
Okay, I'm trying.
Yeah, I lit that. Fantastic.
Is this John streaming now?
I don't think, he never took you without your permission.
Oops. Oh, sorry, I've got my back to you and I'm not listening properly. Let me just,
Right.
And you were so kind to bring those dogs. And I just wanted to up there. It should go. Now, Jill, we've got some lovely food. Would you feel like chowder or quiche?
oh, I'll have a look. Let me see. Oh, too much information. I'm so sorry about Sunday. I meant to ring you and see. I hope it went well.
I didn't send you a message on WhatsApp the day before.
What happened was I just got myself absolutely, I had such exhausting 5 days and I was just in an absolute pickle. And I was in such a state that I couldn't even.
Now we should be.
I knew there was things over the weekend, but I was so like, I can't even look at an email, I can't even look at anything, I can't do anything like that. Because then other things will come at me. So I'm very, very sorry. So I was pretty shattered, but I had the honest truth was I forgotten the day and I wasn't in my clear in my mind.
And you know what he told me this week? Yeah, he told me this week, the hotel charged me because I was a no-show, so he forgot to cancel the hotel. But he says it looks like the universe is smiling upon me because I just had a contract for clearing houses this weekend in India, and they're paying me €9,150 for clearing 6 houses during 2 days.
Oh, brilliant. Wow.
Brilliant, but he's not giving me €1. And he's been picking my brain about energy, and he's been using my information for his business. And I put up a crowdfunding page, so I said, okay, if he's getting €9,000, I'm going to post on my Facebook that I'm still taking money for my research. Crowdfunding money, and I said, oh, he's going to give me €500 or something like. After spending months of indulging, giving him hours of my
All right, let's see how we're doing. Got the last link didn't work very well. So let's see, make sure this link is working.
taking advantage of me.
And we'll get going.
He has his own business. He has his own company, and besides that, he does his energy clearance.
All right, is anybody on board? One person? Maybe that's me. Right, whoever's on board, we will be having Lyrical Labyrinths. We might be going in and out. At one moment it's blue sky and sun. Next moment, I've got my head chopped off. Let's see how we're looking here. Right. Well, there's one person hello, whoever's patiently waiting there. Everybody's socializing in the kitchen at the moment. I'm not quite sure who's here yet because I was struggling to set up. The old link didn't work. We obviously can see one of the harps here. Claire's got 3 harps here today, and I'll point through to the other. It's very difficult to be in front of the camera and the other side of it, so I'll show you a bit of what's going on. We might end up going in, we might stay in, we might go out. People are munching in the kitchen at the moment, but they've told me to keep out, so they don't want me to take a video of them in the kitchen with a spread. So interesting combination of broadcasting time and eating time. So I'll be in and out. Sometimes you might see there's a bit of a blank because I'm behind the camera, moving it about and moving the sound around. But I hope you're actually getting some kind of reception.
This week went to the post office, or my staff went to the post office, and it's like €2.5.
You can let me know on the Facebook if you're out and about at the moment while I suppose you can say, warming up things at the present time. I see there's one of you there, and you haven't revealed who you are, so the secret person that's there, thank you for being with us.
Whether I get it or not, as long as it gets shipped.
So what does anybody have to say?
In the last few days. Yeah, but this guy has loads of money and staff and a driver and
Right, here we go.
well, probably he doesn't even realize that.
Well, there's a lot of love science people think this is the most amazing thing that we're doing this live broadcast. So anybody who's on at the moment, who's left one of these love signs, welcome aboard. Those who posted love signs and are not on board, enjoy us in spirit, I think is the way it's said. So we'll get some poetry, songs, and so forth on the way when the social time has kind of done its thing for a little bit.
Yeah, and she was just saying like
So I see there's two of you there. Is there any way you can reveal who the two of you are? As I was sort of muttering earlier, the others are in the kitchen feeding away, having a bit of a social time. So we haven't exactly got much in the way of poetry and Claire's music going yet. I'm sure something will happen. We might get an audience in here, but at the moment they're enjoying tea and food and conversation. So in a minute I better pick up a book and say something. Since this is Poetry Day, then perhaps a little bit of poetry might be in order. And I'm wondering if I've got any of my ramblings here from, well, I'm rambling now, aren't I? But just any of the jottings I've got. Let's see, that I've been, anything I've wrote. Right, here we go. And I might read out some of my jottings if I can find any of them. I'm looking. I think, let's see. There's one when we were at Strokestown, and it was a bit like this. We were wondering if anybody would turn up or not. And as soon as I read this, carloads of people turned up. So I imagine that by the time it gets to the end of this poem, it'll YouTube bandwidth will be exploding with people who might be here for the Lyrical Labyrinths, which we might eventually take outside the blue skies coming. And it was about people saying about it being Sheila's Day, the day after St. Patrick's Day. So this is when we were congregating at Strokestown for our first outdoor baths in the woods. So this is Sheila or not? Being the day after St. Patrick's Day, some regarded yesterday as Feela Sheila. Sheila's Day, a day to hug a Sheila in the gig. Who invented this crazy Gregorian calendar and that Patrick had a wife? Did Patrick patriarchally hijack Sheila? Today our light is 4 minutes longer than night, because this was equinox. And Jilly, the hag, the Kaliak, the Kayak, returns to sleeping in the earth's womb after the winter's weaving is done. Or is it? We still wonder. Today will Anya and your Emid start to reflect light on us all. Anya being the Fey Queen of Light, the sun and keeper of Tirn and Og. Anu being the Fey Queen of the underworld, nourishing the roots of life with water and minerals. And Emid, our guide to nourishment and healing from plants. And what of the dark warrior Morrigan, Morna Korakuan, the quiet weaver in the belly? But there's also the Mori Gronya, the infinite queen of light. Gronya budding and growing to become the cereals harvested from the drying of light, the sun. Fragments of old traditions of different names and deities. Here's to the fragments of warm sun on our face, casting fairy dust on us all today. Excuse me, something got into my throat today. One thing I have never believed in is fixed traditions. Though this is the dream of the conservative humans, the one constant we have in that measurement of how much light and dark we have in a day. Because measurements, calculations and mathematics are boring for most people, it seems more effective to share them through story full of characters, settings and situations. And all of these seem to be more honest set to the vibe of the times we were in. I think I'm rambling with the poem, but anyway, that was, before I lost my voice, that was my notes, or Sheila or not. I think I better get some water.
and he was very, very expensive. Anyway, came over and
Well, thank you. I see there's 3 people there, and to give you an update, there are people here, but they're in the kitchen having a social time, snacking, having tea, and at some point I imagine there'll be an appearance of a poet or 2. At the moment it's just me, and there was something I wanted to take, and as I say, I'm just rambling bits of notes that I have been rambling and down. So let's see if I can find something. It seems the poems that I was writing down have vanished. I hope they haven't vanished to anywhere serious. We'll find out. When someone else is reading, I'll sort something out. So let's go to something. Excuse me, I really have to lost the voice when I'm sort of reluctant to leave you with an empty vision and people saying, where are they, what are they doing? I say everybody is out in the kitchen socializing, so I'm here with myself, entertaining you till someone else comes along. And one thing outside is the blackthorn has appeared. The blackthorn blossoms are last, and I haven't really done something from blackthorn from this bathing in the phase breath. So I am going to try and find where I've got the blackthorn, because we haven't performed it. Later on, hopefully, do one of these poems accompanied by Claire, because most of you have never heard us do that. We've not really done this for a couple of years together. But anyway, here's one straight from me, a Stress of the Blackthorn. There we go, there's the blackthorn. Or perhaps a longer look, there we go. And it's from the Bathing in the Phase Breath. And Strafe the Blackthorn is symbolic in the autumn of surrender. It's an awareness of our egos and how we're balanced our place and space in all situations. And with this, hold on a second, I'll get a prop. Well, I couldn't find one of my blackthorn sticks, so let's imagine this is a blackthorn stick, which it isn't. It's come from a hazel. With my blackthorn cane, I prodded and pointed my way. With my fairy tale's limb, I was a hero to face giants that I needed to slay. Live blossoms scent convinced me and inspired me of where to go. But no, those giants were my ancestry, all wrapped up in a little sloe. A sloe or two with apples, well, it does make mighty fine jelly. But if not kept dark, cold and hidden, well, it may get a bit too smelly. So left in the cold and through any treacherous night, I stay awake longing for light, so I can at last taste this delight. But soon as came the morrow, eager to commence it without sorrow, she came sweet, sincere, and most definitely cunning. Her eyes, my eyes, joined to the jelly that started running. Tears hot dropped from just above my face. Darkness to light searingly hurt, but yea, I've now found my place beyond all calling to all points. The breaks us, betrays, escape from the gauntlet of all pain that any hero carries today. Some say better the bramble than the blackthorn, better the blackthorn than the devil reborn, because a blackthorn stick or flower guides us to a place where there's no need to hide. But where is that place a lone born traveller may ask? Well, I say, ask the blackthorn fairy. But first she will give you a task. But I warn you, she'll mark you with her berries or indelible ink. But you'll love all if you surrender to the nectar that she will offer you to drink. So I thank all of you that are watching, tuning in, coming in and out for this live YouTube live session of Lyrical Labyrinths. The sun is more and more, so we may well take this out very, very shortly, and we'll start lyricking around the labyrinths. We do have other people here, but they're busy socializing, and we'll get them out for the poetry in a minute. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to check for a minute, see how it is outside. Hello. We need poets. We got an audience here.
There was this fabulous book, and I was trying to look for it. I can't wait to hear that song.
Right.
Anyway, it was really annoying me. Hello.
All right. This is Jill here.
Oh no.
Yeah, we have a live audience.
Okay, I haven't got my makeup on.
Oh no, no, I forgot to put mine on as well. Oh, well done for getting here. I think with this burst of sun, we're going to try a little bit of Lyrical Labyrinth. Or are we? Am I being...
Let me have a look at it.
It is, because I've got to I can do a signal from out there.
It looks pretty, doesn't it? It's a bit drippy.
It's drippy from the thatch.
That's alright, actually.
Yeah, so I think I might take
I'm going to squeeze past.
Right, I think I will take the equipment outside, and here we go. Lyricking into the labyrinth. I hope there's some kind of broadcast. If not, we can turn it over to a better signal. We'll let everybody have a good look at the landscape here. And I'll get this going. Right, let's get the signal. Excuse a while, everyone who's watching here. I'm just going to set up with the modem out here, just in case you're not getting a decent signal from where you are. So to you people out there in YouTube land, sorry not seeing anyone at the moment. I'm setting up outside, and should it start raining, we'll send this all back inside as well. Are you still with us? Yes, we're still live. Great. How is that signal, everyone? Are you still getting something? Right, let's go down further into this. Right, Lyrical Labyrinths, here we come. What do we got? Now, that is our performing area. I definitely need a sound and camera person with this. So next time, if there are any volunteers for sound and camera people, it'd be greatly appreciated. Right, here we go. Now, that's where I hope people will start getting a bit more lyrical in the center of the herb spiral labyrinth, though there's not much herb spiraling going on. In fact, I'll move a little bit around and you'll get the quiche corn view, because that'll be much nicer. Let's see how we're doing with that. Right, maybe that will work. I think we got a decent signal as such. Right, that's it, we've got the traffic going past. Okay, let's move this even more forwards. Okay, that's our platform. That's our stage. Got a reasonable view, as I say. Everyone is stuck in conversation in the kitchen for a while, other poets and performers, so I'm a one-man band with this at the moment, so I hope that's not too unbearable. Okay, how is that looking? In fact, what I'll probably do is have a look myself and see if you can actually see me. In fact, what I'll probably do is have a look myself and see if you can actually see me. It's actually looking pretty good, isn't it? I'm kind of looking at the YouTube here. Hopefully someone will be out, and I'd like to get a munch and look for something a bit more interesting, and I'm sure you're dying to hear Claire with the songs and harps. One of the things that we're looking forward to, we've got a Bards in the Woods on the 6th of May, a Sunday, and that's the time when hopefully, by the looks of it, the bluebells will be out really strong on the Bluebell Wood just south of Knockvicker, and I hope you'll be able to join us there, or your friends will. And as well as time of the bluebells, not long after that, out comes the hawthorn. At the moment we got the blackthorn blossom out at last. It's late, so I suspect the hawthorn is going to be a bit late as well. But I love the cheekiness of this because it begins the second quadrant of the Ormer tales, because it's like a pentatonic. It's 20 signs, 5 in each quarter, and this is the first one really of the second acme, as some people call it. And the second part is how we relate to things, how we connect to things. And the initial thing of mating is we don't just, I suppose, in our development go straight up to something and connect with it. I think we tend to flirt and court and get mischievous with the things that are a little strange to us. And so I'll share, we might do this a bit later with the harps, because it's quite jolly. We'll see how Claire is with this, but this is Who the Hawthorn. Well, Who the Hawthorn plays mischievous trickery if we attempt to define what is real and unreal. Till we discover it's not a question of how to live, it's a question that is our life. Well, Who the Hawthorn is full of riddles. It lures us, embraces us, and then it hides. Fragrances flirt with the wombs of women, triggering off sparks of lustful longing of men to join them in the mating dance. From the circles and swirling of dance, the dances of wonder, hoping and lust, who pulls the blankets of time? It's a tease of the fairy folk, they say. The tease of the fairy folk, some ask around hearth fires, that cackle when stoked with a thorn twig or two. My fire is lit. My bed is made of hawthorn flowers gathered. I'm far away from any home. She came to me. Nighttime, moontime, in the springtime, under the starlight beneath the hawthorn tree. She trod softly over new ferns and shamrocks, towards my white chamber, towards my sweet bed, to rest her warm breast with me beneath the hawthorn tree. And I'd always thought, I'd always been told, never to touch the hawthorns, or I'll forsake luck. That a soul may pass from this earth early, that the water will stop flowing throughout this land. But there's something I feel, before I'm too old, that I must lay with the hawthorn, where I will bless hope and heal a broken heart. Now nobody knows what sees a hawthorn tree, what sprouts its warning thorns, what scents its embracing blossom. We just know it all came from long ago. So as the hawthorn's hands gripped into the earth, our eyes glanced towards the sky. Who the hawthorn? And I've just seen Claire glance outside, glance outside the door. So I might, with a bit of luck, be able to pass you over to her. Let's have a look. Excuse me for a couple of minutes. Well, seeing as the other performers don't want to perform, they're enjoying the social crack. I think I'll close this down for now. Watch the Facebook page. Whenever anybody's in the spirit to actually do something, I'll let you know through the Facebook announcements, and we'll be on live with someone other than me very soon. It looks like there is a rain shower coming in, so I'll pack this up. And as I say, I will look out for the Facebook messaging. We will go live. I will use the YouTube because for some reason the Facebook Live's not working for us, but this YouTube Live is working brilliantly for us. So come back in a few minutes when someone else is deciding to do something. Right for now, I'm going to sign off and have a cup of tea myself. And thank you for putting up with me filling in this space and airtime. See you soon.